Right, welcome back to the channel. First of all, I hope everybody's staying safe, staying at home. As obviously, well, for the UK anyway, we're obviously still in the lockdown situation. I hope many of you, well, I've seen that many of you have retired to your garages and are starting to do projects and builds and maintenance, which is great to see. Carrying on from the last episode, where painted all the brackets up and the footrest hangers. They're on the bench, they're actually dry. The only bits that aren't dry, as you can see, are hanging up. It's where I had to turn them over and do the other sides. These were done earlier this morning, so they should be dry pretty soon, but it's just literally the top section and round the lips where they were obviously still upside down. All the other parts are all nice and dry, so I'll show you those. Really pleased with how these have actually come out. As I say, these last few bits, it was just purely the top section and this lip. I know they're going to be covered with a footrest rubber, but I just want to make sure that they're actually painted. The other thing I did do as well, this was done earlier this morning, so this is still drying, is the actual bracket that fits on the inner sprocket cover. I did try and clean it up. I got it to a stage where it was not too bad, but I decided to go with the silver engine enamel. That's actually come out quite well. But no, really pleased with the paint. If anybody's interested in the paint, it's actually tough black, gloss black. So I used that on the frame and many of the other parts, the battery tray, a few other bits and pieces, a few of the brackets, the seat hinges, etc. Obviously, as you saw, these were all primed beforehand because it would just slide off. They do say on the can that you don't actually need a primer, but I went with one anyway. Alright, the other bit I've done also as well, I'm actually in the process of carrying on with the oil filter cover. Many of you said polish it, so I've decided to go with a bit of both. I actually sprayed it with the silver engine enamel, and I've just started actually polishing just the edges up and these lines, and then keep the middle as the silver, because it is quite difficult to get inside these parts here to actually give it a proper fully mirrored finish. So as you can see, that one's starting to come up. But job for today is actually finish this off. The wheel's actually all set up, ready to go. So see if we can get this one polished. And then I can wrap these pieces up until I need them and just wait for these last few bits to dry. So let's head over to the polishing wheel. Alright, so as usual, anything using the bench grinder, whether it be wire wheel or buffing wheels, always wear goggles. Obviously I've got gloves on. As you've seen me do this many times before, what I'll probably do is speed this up, put some music behind it. But say, I'm going to start off with the red compound. Right, Right, let's get started. Right, so that's after its first pass. It just needs a good clean through, and then I can run it over to the buffing wheel. Just bits of polish, but that's the kind of effect I was looking for, so I just need to bring this up, just give it a bit more shine. That hasn't come out too bad. I'll put that on the bench to let you have a look. So it's actually quite subtle. I think it'll look better with the silver inlays. Yeah, pleased how that one's come out. So that's basically ready when when I need to fit it back in the engine I can. So the engine's still sitting under covers. I will get on to the timing and the shims. So at the moment it hasn't, not much has changed. I haven't had a chance to do another go on these ends. But as I say, I am prepping ready for the video that will cover obviously the timing and measuring the shims and working out the calculations. Right, pleased to get them few jobs done. So I will crack on, get a few more bits done in a minute. There's still a bit of polish just on the edge. Get a soft rag and give that a clear final once over, but just like pleased how the edge came out brilliantly. So obviously that was prepped with down to 1500 grit, wet and dry, dried off and just run under. I wasn't expecting an ultra mirrored finish, but say the edges come out really well. So as I say, it will sit underneath, so not many people will see it, but I know it's done. But as I say, regarding the engine, it will be coming. I'm just taking my time because, as I say, this is the first time I've ever done anything like this. I don't want to mess it up, I don't want to get it wrong. So it is the case of researching it and planning that particular video, because there is a lot to go through. I say I need to make sure in my own mind that I know that the actual timing, everything's top dead centre. I need to line it all up, then clamp it all down, then I can take the measurements. But as I say, I'm still going through the process, but it will be happening. So at the moment, while I'm doing that, I'm just finding other jobs that need to be done, let's say with the footrest and the painting and the bottom, the oil filter cover. There will be another few bits that I'll go through in this video, but it's just to give you an idea of what I'm up to, where I am. As I say, pleased with. So that's just had a couple of coats just to spruce it up. It wasn't, the actual quality of the metal wasn't brilliant, so it wasn't coming up that well. So in the end I just decided to match it in. But let's crack on to the next job. Right, the other bit I've dug out, I want to go over is the breather cover. So I'm going to give this a quick going over. It's had a polish, but it just needs a final finish. I say most of the work had been done on this one, it just needed a few last bits. Say the little bits inside, I'll go in there with some probably some autosol, just get in the corners because I can't really get in there with the wheels. But overall pleased with how that one's out. So I'm going to run a few more bits under and then I'll show you the end results. Right, so I finished with the breather cover. I also ran through the cam chain tensioner unit. Still there's a little bit more work on the underside, but that side's come up well. And also the points cover. Again, that's going to need to go back down. There's actually a scratch, if you can see it, just there. I just wanted to see there's another scratch on the outer side. I just want to see how it would come up. Still lots more to do on that one, but got a few bits more done. Tongue tied as usual, get my words out straight. These have actually now dried. So the ends are now done. So next thing to do will be get some footrest rubbers ordered online. And a couple of split pins, and then I can start getting the footrest back together. But no, it doesn't look much, but that takes quite a while to actually get to that stage. A little bit more cleaning just to do on these, some of these bits where the still bits of polish stuck in there. But overall pleased with how everything's come out. And everything else, obviously every little job it's moving forward. Right, so thanks for joining me on that one. Hope that one was helpful. As I say, it's all the little mundane jobs that take time. Obviously glad that these are now painted. But as I say, with the polishing, it does take a while to get these up. The actual points cover will need a lot more work. So this is one I actually haven't touched. So I just wanted to give it a quick clean over, but there's scratch marks and pitting and one through the middle, so this is going to have to be taken back down. But I just wanted to get the idea of how it would come up. Pleased with how that one's gone. As I say, it's just bits of polish marks that I need to get off. But that was the concept of what I was looking for with the painted centre, with the polished outside. And again, the breather cover, that will have a polished bolt going in the top of it. But no, happy with that. So another job ticked off the list, as I say, so I can now move on to, well, the next job. As I say, the engine will be coming up. I just want to make sure I've got everything right, because I've never done this before and it takes me a while. But it will be coming, because obviously I need to get that done. And then I can strip the front end of the bike out and get that back to frame, get the engine in the frame, and then start rebuilding, start talking. But as I say, as usual, comments in the comments box below. Anything I've missed or any questions you want to ask me in the comments box below. Also in the comments box, well, also in the, again, tongue-tied, so tongue-tied today. Also in the description there's a link to my Facebook page. Again, come over, say hello, drop me pictures of your builds, of your bikes. It'll be really interesting to see what you lot are actually working on at this time. So as I say, link in the description below. But thanks for watching, join me again next time. Cheers, bye.